everyone. I'm Sapphire, and I'm here today joined by one of the fan favorite teams in the Verizon VCT Game Changers presented by Tignitas. We have Man I Love Fwogs. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi.
Hi, thank you.
Of
Hello.
course. So we've got Ellie, we've got CLEFAIRY, and we've got LYNN. Also on the roster is Dinos, which I'm going to let someone else say what her name is actually, and it blew our mind right before this interview, as well as Cho. So, and we'll get into that in a second because the way I like to do introductions is a little different. Instead of you introducing yourselves, I'm going to pick one of you and you're going to introduce your teammate. What's their background? Where are they from? What did they play before Valorant? And what makes them a great teammate, as well as their, I guess, their role in Valorant too is helpful. So why don't we start with Ellie? Ellie, why don't you tell us about CLEFAIRY?
She's a rat.
Yo, listen.
No, she's from Washington. Before this is her first FPS game. So before this, she played like League and stuff. She's our Sentinel player and our designated rat.
It's good. Every team needs a rat.
Yeah.
All right, CLEFAIRY, introduce us to LYNN.
Okay. So Lynn is our favorite Zoomer. She's our Jet main, and she's freaking cracked.
Nice.
She played CS:GO, yeah,
Yeah,
before, mainly.
a little bit.
Yeah, and COD. What else? I know you like Genshin now.
True. My RNG do be up there.
Awesome. And then LYNN, introduce us to Ellie.
Okay, well, Ellie is my mom. She is CS:GO gamer. She's kind of our experienced team member. She IGLs for us. She IGL'd in CS. So all of our kind of like, she gives us like a calming presence, I guess, with her experience. She kind of like, it's really nice. We're not like in the dark. She's a natural leader, you know. She's kind of cool sometimes. Sometimes she's a little funny, but she's cool.
Good. All right, and then I'll open up to anyone who wants to take us, introduce us. So introduce us to Dinos. Who wants to take it?
All right, Clee, I think this is you.
Yeah. So there's a meme on our team that me and Katie, aka Dinos, share a brain cell. So she's our smoker. So she's been learning Astra for us recently. Maybe some Viper in the future. But she used to play Brim and Omen. She actually has a 20-page Google Doc on Brim lineups. So, but yeah, so her name actually is Soup upside down and backwards. So when people find that out, they're like mind blown.
Yeah, that's yeah. When you told me this before the interview, I'm like, what? And I looked at it. Now I can't unsee it at
Now
all.
you can't unsee
Yeah,
it.
exactly. All right, all right. And then tell us about Cho.
So
That's
she's
a
like
content.
the newest to our roster. She lives in New York. She's 19 and like just super like she's so driven and she just wants to learn all the time. So you tell her something, she just gets it right away, or she'll figure out a way to remember it constantly, and she'll just instantly use it no matter what, like consistently in gameplay at the right times.
That's great. What roles does she play?
She's our Sova player, so she plays Initiator for us. She also plays Sage sometimes, but
Nice.
I'm usually the one flexing around.
Cool. Okay, just a few specific questions to a few of you. So, CLEFAIRY, I want to actually start with you and the transition from League of Legends to Valorant. I think you're the first person, we've done a lot of these interviews, to come from a MOBA. So how has it been? Is it easy? Is it challenging? What do you like about it that you didn't find in League?
So what's interesting and what I think I found more fun than anything was just how fast-paced it is. and also like the ability to communicate with your teammates better. But it was pretty challenging in the beginning because, granted, I'd never really played FPS games other than like maybe a little bit of like Fortnite, but that's like a not even an FPS, or maybe a little bit of Apex here and there. But like I never really played those seriously. Um, but so I actually met Katie, aka Dinos, and she and Cham actually taught me how to play the game a little bit. So, but being on the team, like with everyone here to kind of help me grow and improve, like it's skyrocketed what I could do as a team member, as a Valorant player. Um, and now I'm trying CS for the first time, like, so that's pretty fun. But yeah, it's been great.
That's pretty cool to see people picking up other FPSs because of Valorant. Ellie,
Hmm.
with your CS:GO experience, how have you been helping your teammates? Like, are there any skills that transfer over to Valorant?
Um, yes and no. So, gelling in CS is so much easier. Everybody has the same util. Everybody, like, you can pop flash yourself. You can pop flash a teammate. This game is like you have to be so much more coordinated with your team, because you only have one role. Like you only smoke, or unless you're Omen, but um, so like it works similarly, but you have to be a lot more coordinated and have the people in the right spots. Um, One thing, the only thing that really transferred was my aim. Like my aim is still there because I only started playing in December. They've really taught me more than I've taught them. I've just I've just been kind of guiding in matches, like with game sense. Everything else is still new.
Obviously your team is unsigned, which is a bit surprising, I would say, to me at this point, given we've seen a lot of orgs coming into the space supporting the women's team. So, do you see a future soon where you are going to be signed pro gamers? Is that what you want to achieve, or do you want to do this on your own? Like, what's next for Fwogs?
Well, it's been my dream since I was like 13, and I'm turning 24 soon. So I've been working at this forever. It's been LYNN's dream for a while. Uh, Cleve never thought that like in a year she would get to the point where she could possibly be pro. Um, where, I mean, we want to. We want to take this seriously. We want it to be our career. Me and LYNN, especially, Clea has a full time job right now, but I'm sure she'd be open to like transferring it or like adjusting like the hours and stuff just to put in the real time for this.
Yeah, definitely.
What's this? What's the secret? What did you all do? Like, why is everyone a Fwogs fan?
We came up with a funny name.
Yeah, funny name, funny name and charismatic team.
Funny name.
Yeah, I'd have to attribute a lot of that to probably Katie.
Yeah.
Because she's the one who came up with the name. She's always given us funny names for all of our previous team names. But she just really made her brand for it. She made merch, she made emotes, she's made everything up till now, and it's just caught on, and people like it. So
Awesome. Well, I'm looking right at the camera. To any of the orgs watching, these women know how to brand themselves, and that's very important for orgs. So there you go. Give me a shout. So obviously, Masters 2 just wrapped up. It's the first international LAN ever for Valorant. Were you able to watch it? Did you find anything super interesting that you want to apply to your own gameplay? Anyone else?
I think I watched a bit of Masters, and I think like the most thing that stuck out to me was there was a lot of team comps that were like really
Yeah.
not what the meta was. Like not what the meta currently is. I forget exactly which team it was. I think it was one of the teams from Asia, and they played SAPPHIRE like on Icebox. And there's a couple of instances of that, like where teams were playing like these characters that you wouldn't really see, like with like how the meta has been shifting, and it's really interesting to watch and interesting to see like top teams running something that kind of wouldn't really make sense, but it works, and they're a top team for a reason. So it's really interesting. It's a lot of learning, a lot of seeing. Oh, it's just creativity that flows in with team composition, utility usage, and it's actually just. I think watching like masters or top teams is one of the easiest ways to learn anything other than maybe aim and mechanics. And it's just fun too. It's fun.
Yeah. CLEFAIRY, anything else?
Shout out to our teammates, our fans, friends, and you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. We love you guys.
Awesome.
Oh, one more thing. Shout out to our coach, Cham.
True.
Yeah.
True that.
Samantha.
Yeah, Cham, he does amazing things. He's so helpful, so patient. He's
Really is. We
Yeah.
couldn't have gotten this far without him, truly.
Awesome. All right. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for your time, and we're wishing you the best of luck in your matches. Thanks, you.
Thank you.
Thank you.